Hi friends, good evening to all of you. Welcome to Tree for Learning, the largest institute for the CSIRNet Life Sciences, IIT JAM Biotechnology as well as GATE Biotechnology. Myself, Chandrasekhar, completed Masters in Pharmacy. I have qualified CSIRNet Life Sciences with All India Rank 2. GATE Biotechnology exam with All India Rank 9, ICMR exam with All India Rank 17. Friends, in this particular session, I'm going to explain you the most important topic or a top 100 topics you have to focus for your upcoming CSIRNet Life Sciences exam. The people who are appearing for this November or for the next term, I'm going to help you what exactly you have to answer or what exactly you have to study, which chapters you should not study, which concepts you should not study, which concepts you have to focus more and more and more and more. Trust me, by the end of this session you are going to get a wonderful information where you cannot find anywhere else. Let's start the session. So before giving most important topics, friends, just I want to glance you what exactly this is CSIR net, why this particular CSIR net is very difficult. So friends, we know na, so every year there are more than I am telling you friends, including June and December, there are more than 2 lakh aspirants will give the exam in CSI Net Life Sciences. And friends, we know very well, hardly we will be having, including June and December, my friends, hardly we will be having 2000 to 4000 fellowships. So friends, fellowships are very less, and the competition is increasing year by year or every 6 months. Is it? So why this exam is very toughest? Why we call it as a very toughest? Remember, every one of your friends, the first reason may be the type of questions they ask. Second thing and most important thing is fellowships are less, competition is more. And third most important thing is lack of awareness of the exam. 90% of the students, they will attempt the exam without knowing anything, without a strategic plan. They will be entering into the exam, which leads to the failure. I know that. See, I'm also came from a background where I don't know anything about the CSI Net Life Sciences. But with a great difficulty, with a thorough strategic plan and great time management, I have cracked the CSI Net Life Sciences with All India Rank 2 in JRF category in my first attempt itself. So I am there now to help you, to guide you, to crack this toughest exam in very simplistic way. Don't worry at all. And you, if you listen at least one of my lecture, how difficult the topic may be, I'll make it a very simple, very simple. After listening my class, how difficult the exam, how difficult the question may be, if question appears from that particular topic, you can answer it very easily. I will make any toughest concept to the a very simplistic manner, by that every student, learners at any stage, they can easily understand the that particular concept. Okay friends, you know now, a CSIR Net Life Sciences syllabus is, it's like a ocean, and time is a very less. Time is just 6 months of span or 5 months of span, and the syllabus is like a ocean. And students doesn't know where to start, where to end, what to focus, what not to focus, which books to follow, which books not to follow. If I am following Leninger for biochemistry, what extent I have to read. If I am following Weaver for the biochemistry, how much I have to follow. If I am following Watson for the molecular biology, how much I have to follow. If I am following Gilbert for the developmental biology, how much I should read. So friends, don't worry at all. I will be guiding you in each and every step of this exam. How much ever effort I put to get All India Rank 2, same effort I am going to keep for all of you to give you the wonderful result. My ultimate goal is to make each and every concept of the CSIR is in a simple manner, by that every learner, every aspirant, without fear, they can easily answer any kind of difficult question just like that. Now Friends, I will always strongly believe doing smart work is better than hard work. Smart work always give you a great result. So if you see the four pictures, you can understand in the four cases smart work always win rather than working hard work, rather than doing hard work. So friends, you have to do hard work in a smart way, as a result success will be ours. So as I told you early, the syllabus is very vast. You don't know what to read. So friends, how you are going to benefit from my institute, that is Tree for Learning. First and most important thing is that if you join any coaching platform, most important thing you miss is lack of personal and individual attention. Okay, because I am the one who faced all this, so that's why I have designed my classes in such a way that I'm going to take care of each and every individual student. If I comes to know that, or if I am understand after thorough analysis, if I understand that a student is facing difficulty in the particular topic, very surely me and our expert team are going to spend extra quality time with all those particular students, and we will help them to cope up with the concepts where they are exactly lagging or where they are exactly feeling difficulties. And friends, most important highlight about my institute, 90% of PPTs, whatever we use to teach you the concepts, they are extremely beneficial to you. So my 90% of PPTs only will help you to understand the entire concept instead of reading the standard reference book, because all the PPTs are wonderfully designed and well crafted by using the standard reference books. As I told you friends, our syllabus is vast, our syllabus is ocean. So instead of focusing on each and everything, or along with focusing on entire syllabus, we are going to focus 100 most important topics. By that, if you are really expert in this 100 most focused topic or important topics for the exam, which I am going to discuss in this particular lecture after this particular slide, you will be, you can easily crack, or you will be in a position to crack any kind of difficult question in very easiest way. And most important friends, we are designed our course curriculum in such a way that we are going to finish entire syllabus in very short span, right? And we are going to re-revise also. To boost your confidence, you will be having chapter wise test, you will be having monthly test, you will be having grand mock test, which are exactly in the pattern of updated syllabus of the CSIR Net Life Sciences. Okay, let's comes to the today topic, that is most important topics for the CSR Net Life Sciences for the people who are writing exam in November 2020, or if the exam is going to held in the December 2020, or for the June 2021. So I have listed out each and every topic, most important concepts in each and every chapter, which will help you to crack the exam very easily instead of concentrating on each and every chapter. So my friends, listen every one of you. If you are really a true CSIR aspirant, it is must and should, my friends, you have to focus on unit 1 to 6 without fail. If any one of aspirant missed or skipped this particular 1 to 6 chapter, I'm not discouraging you friends, I am telling you the fact, it's highly difficult to crack the exam. 1 to 6 are like heart to the our particular CSI Net Life Sciences syllabus. Along with that, Unit 8 Genetics, Unit 10 Ecology, Unit 12 and 13. Okay, so friends, I am not telling that you no need to read the 13 chapters. We have to read the 13 chapters. But if you are really thorough with this unit 1 to 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, that is 8 genetics, 10 ecology, 12 in methods in biology, and 13 is all the biological techniques. Trust me, you can crack the exam very easily. Apart from this, we should also focus on the unit 7 human physiology. We should also focus on the unit 11 evolution. Even we should focus on the diversity of life forms also. But here we can focus, or we can skip, or at least we give little importance to the most or oftenly asked topics. Anyway, I will be explaining you what exactly the topics that are oftenly asked. So in this particular chart I have kept wonderful information, how many number of part B questions are appearing and how many number of part C questions are appearing from this biochemistry chapter. So my friends, in an average 30 to 35 marks you are going to get from this particular biochemistry chapter. I can say that this is hard to the CSI Net Life Sciences. Why? Because my friends, why I am using the word it is hard? Because friends, biochemistry questions are related to the cell biology, fundamental processes, cell communication, signaling, even it related to immunology, even it related to the biological techniques also. So because our part C questions, all the questions are analytical, experimental based questions, right? So that's why they will link one chapter with the another chapter and they use it to raise number of questions, my friends. So let's understand what are the various concepts that you have to majorly focus in this particular unit 1 biochemistry. Friends, I can tell you with 100% confidence, with 100% confidently, I can tell you there is a no CSIR Net Life Sciences question paper without the question from the cellular respiration chapter. It's one of the most important topic. The question was repeated more than 10 times from the cellular respiration, where you have to focus glycolysis, Krebs cycle, electron transport chain, oxidative phosphorylation. These are all very important. 99% of the students, they will only focus how many number of ATP molecules are released in the Krebs cycle. Friends, along with that you have to remember how many number of NADPH are released, how many number of FADH2s are released, how many number of carbon dioxides are released, even how many number of water molecules are released. Friends, you have to remember each and every concept. You have to remember very clearly, right? And most of the time we will be expecting the question from the regulation. There are three major enzymes are involved in the regulation of the glycolysis. There are three major enzymes are involved in the regulation of the Krebs cycle. So friends, regulatory part is more important. Apart from that, another very important concept you have to remember, that is inhibitors of the electron transport chain, which is one of the most important concept. Friends, in our CSIR, whatever the chapter it may be, in all 13 chapters, always try to remember what wherever you come across inhibitors, regulators, and stimulator. Trust me, friends, out of 75 questions in the Part C, minimum 8 to 10 questions you can expect from this inhibitors, regulator, as well as the stimulators, my friends. Okay, so after the cellular respiration, give the highest importance to the chemistry as well as the metabolism of the nucleic acid. You know, there are more than 3 to 4 times question was asked from the skeletal structure of the purines and pyrimidine. We know that purine is a double ring, whereas pyrimidine is a single ring. So they use it to ask the skeletal structure, what the C1 carbon is made up of, where the aspartic amino acid is present, where the bicarbonate ion is present. They use it to ask every time skeletal structure directly in the 4 mark. Apart from the skeletal structure, you should also give highest importance to the different type of DNAs, A DNA, B DNA, C DNA, Z DNA. You have to remember their how many base pairs are present per one turn in case of a ZDNA, BDNA, cDNA, aDNA. What is their helical length? What is the pitch length? What is the difference between the base pair? Each and every parameter we have to read very briefly. You just attend my just one lecture of my biochemistry. You will be mesmerized by listening my lectures. Very how difficult it may be, I'll make it very simple. I will make to understand that concept in a very simple way by listening at least one time, right? So after that, friends, a very important concept, enzyme kinetics. I can say that once again there is a no CSIR net life sciences question paper without the question from the enzyme kinetics and enzymes, one of the most important one. Or you can get the question either in the graphical form or in the numerical form, or from their inhibition processes. You can expect both in the 2 marker as well as in the 4 marker also. And from last 5 papers, they are repeatedly asking the question from the Ramachandran plot for the different types of the amino acid. So this is also one of the major topic which you should not skip under any circumstances. And friends, after that you should also give a little importance about the beta oxidation, because most of the time they used to ask the 2 marker question from the lipid chemistry. They never used to focus much on the metabolism of the fatty acid, that is beta oxidation of the fatty acids, right? But you should give a highest importance to all the amino acid, their classification based on the R group, their classification based on their side chain, their classification based on the charge, their classification based on the function. The numerical questions especially appears from isoelectric point, pKa values, all these we have to read it. And friends, surprisingly, every time in the biochemistry, one simple 4 marker or a 4 plus 2 marker, they use it to repeat from the stabilizing interaction. They are very easy, should read compulsory. 99% of the students will skip this. They think that the question may not appear from this, but friends, without fail the question will appear compulsory from the stabilizing interaction. Hence I request all of you to read and revise that particular concept without fail. So these are all the, and I can give you 75 to 85% guarantee beyond these topics. You cannot expect the question in the biochemistry. Right. Now, unit 2, cellular organization. As I already told you, 1 to 6 units, you should not skip even single question also. So friends, you just understand, we are having in the part C, 75 questions are there. How many chapters we are having? 13 chapters are having. So on an average, from every chapter, 5 part C questions will be appeared. Every chapter 5 part C questions will be appeared. But how many? So understand, then 1 to 6 units you can expect from every unit you can expect minimum 5 and maximum 6. Even from unit 13 also you can expect 6 to 7 4 marker question. And friends, cell biology you can get a direct question. You can't get much experimental based question. You can get analytical question and direct question, but the questions are from very depth of the concept. I can say that you can expect the analytical questions majorly. What kind of questions you can get? Suppose example, if you get 4 to 5 4 marker question, of course we will get it, no doubt at all. First one question, keep it in your mind, compulsory they will rise about the organelles. So friends, I have mentioned what kind of organelles you have to read majorly for the exam. Golgi complex, mitochondria, peroxisome, lysosome, enzymatic contents. So I mean to say that you have to read the structure, function, and most important one, you have to read enzyme present in that particular organelle. You should also read, my friends, the deficiency diseases caused by them. Apart from that, friends, you should also give a you should also give an importance to the protein sorting, right? And post-translational modification and co-translational modification which are occurring in the ER and Golgi complex. My friends, without fail you have to read this. So 99% you can expect the 1 4 marker question from here, even for the 2 marker also. Without fail, my friends, you have to read the cell membrane. Whenever you are reading the cell membrane, friends, you have to read the structure, composition, function, right? And what kind of proteins are present, what kind of lipids are present, what kind of carbohydrates are present, what are their function, what will happen if there any protein get mutated. Every kind of corner we can expect the question. And friends, apart from this, certain different concepts like transposons, aquaporins, lipid rafts. These three topics, they are repeating from last six papers continuously. So you please give a special interest on the transposon, lipid rafts, then followed by aquaporin. I told you cellular respiration is one of the most important topic in the biochemistry. Without fail, the question will appear in the part C. Same way, friends. You can't imagine the CSIR Net Life Sciences question paper without the question from the cell cycle regulation. That much important question it is. Compulsory. So, what kind of CDKs are involved? What kind of CDs are involved? CDCs are involved in the G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase, M phase. What will happen if they get mutated? What kind of proteins are inhibiting the cell cycle, how the cell cycle is going to be regulated, what is the fate of the cell cycle regulation in related to the cancer. Mostly they will relate the question to the cancer and they use it to raise the question. And there is a separate concept called microbial physiology. Microbial physiology, friends, we have to majorly focus on numerical question and graphical questions from lag phase, log phase, stationary phase, decline phase, or are generation time. This kind of questions they use to ask often from the cell biology. Once again, I am telling you, whatever the question right now, whatever the important topics I am suggesting for you in every chapter, I can give you 100% guarantee at least 75 to 85%. Whatever the concepts I am discussing, you can expect the question from that particular concepts. Why I am telling this much confidently? Because I did a thorough research. Thoroughly I have analyzed and I put lot of efforts to understand all this. That's why I'm telling that much confidently. And another very important topic, fundamental processes. Friends, you know our luck in the fundamental process, mostly you can expect 6 4 marker question. Trust me, friends, in the 6 4 marker question, 3 4 marker question will come very easily, whereas 1 4 marker question will come analytical, and two four marker questions comes very difficulty, either experimental or are complete analytical, a kind of interrelated question also they can ask. Okay, this is a very big chapter, friends. What kind of concepts we have to majorly focus, my friends? Every one of you remember, we should majorly focus on different type of enzymes that are involved in the initiation, elongation, and termination in replication process, transcription process, translation process in both prokaryotes as well as eukaryotes. Friends, if you get the part C question, very surely they will raise the statements about the initiation factor, elongation factor, termination factor, how they are going to work. In all these, they use it to raise more and more number of questions. And very important one, my friends, often repeated question, antibiotics. This is a very important, they can ask you applicative based questions also. List of antibiotics you have to read without fail, which are blocking the replication, transcription, as well as the translation. Friends, these questions are also very repeatedly asked from in our exam. So apart from this, friends, another very important one, DNA repair mechanism. Friends, whenever you are reading the DNA repair mechanism, keep it in your mind and understand the concept very clearly. You no need to read each and everything. Remember name of the enzyme, in which DNA repair mechanism it is involved, and their mechanism of action. Trust me, friends, beyond this level you can't expect. You can expect only questions from this. But simple question you can expect, but the question you can expect either in the 2 marker or in the 4 marker, and you should read each and every repair mechanism without fail. It's not at all a difficult concept, friends. It's a easy concept. Only thing is you have to remember. Friends, please read each and every repair mechanism. MMR, methyl mismatch repair, nucleotide excision repair, base excision repair, double strand breakage repair, even the homologous recombination also. Apart from this, a very 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 important topic, that is RNA processing, we call post transcriptional process. More than 7 times the question was appeared from this particular RNA processing. Sometimes they will ask the question about 5 prime capping. Sometimes they will ask about polyadenylation. Sometimes they will ask this splicing. In the splicing also there are different type of splicings are there na. Simple splicing, spliceosomal mediated splicing, trans splicing. There are different type of splicing mechanisms they use it to ask the question. Sometimes if our luck is good, they will ask the question from the capping tailing also. They can also raise the question from the splicing also. So that's the main reason, my friends, we should not skip under any circumstances this particular RNA processing. Apart from this, we should also read very briefly post translational modification. We should also read gene regulation, that is lac operon, one of the most important concept. Lac operon concept, then followed by tryptophan operon. So 90% of the students, whenever reading the lac operon and tryptophan operon, they won't read complete regulation. They will just read the negative regulation and they will leave the positive regulation. If you are reading the operons, friends, you have to majorly focus on both negative regulation, positive regulation. Most important, if you get the question very tough, you can expect the questions even from the mutations also. Hence you should not skip this particular concept of operon under any circumstances. I'm not at all suggesting you to skip the Arabinose operon. But if you are feeling too difficulty, you may skip. But Arabinose operon is also very easy. But majorly give the highest importance to the lac operon, then followed by the tryptophan operon. These are all the various topics in case of Unit 3. If you just listen any one of my lecture of Unit 3, you will be really mesmerized. You can understand every concept in a very simple way. Okay, and friends, in total 13 chapters, one of the biggest chapter weightage wise, that is Unit 4 as well as the Unit 13, weightage wise, even at the same time content wise also. What does it mean by the content wise? I mean to say syllabus wise, huge concepts are there. So friends, you know na, this entire Unit 4, it is divided into several parts. Cell signaling is one part, correct na? Cell signaling. Then one part, cell communication is one part, cancer is one part, host parasite interactions is one part, then followed by immunology. You know friends, in our BSc MSc, if you want to read immunology, it will take 6 months for us. Then you just imagine here in our CSR Net Life Sciences syllabus, immunology is just one subtopic. Then just imagine the length of our syllabus. Okay, and I see here you have to use your smart work. So if you really follow the hint whatever I am telling, you can easily answer more number of questions in the Unit 4. Listen exactly. In the Unit 4, my friends, every one of you understand. Imagine we are expecting 5 to 6 4 marker question. 100% we will get. We can get compulsory one question from cell signaling, one or two. Cell communication 1, cancer 1 or 2, host parasite is 1, immunology is 1 to 2. I know some people will feel extreme difficulty in the immunology. Then I can tell you one thing. Instead of skipping entire immunology, I have mentioned you the most important topics in the immunology where you can expect especially part C questions. You can focus on that. Here comes advantage. What is the advantage? Advantage with the cell communication and host parasite. Friends, 90% the questions from the cell communication and host parasite interactions comes from matching. very easily you can answer. And another additional advantage is that, friends, the questions are not at all from the depth of the concept. The questions are very direct and the questions will be matching. So suppose example, host parasite interaction, if you take, they will ask name of the bacterium or name of the pathogen, disease caused by it. Name of the pathogen, instead of asking the disease, they will directly ask the pathophysiology. Very simple question. Cell communication also, they use it to ask continuously matching question about the CAM molecule, cadherin, selectin, integrin, IgM superfamily molecule, or they use it to ask the question from the ECM proteins like collagen, nidogen, fibroin, elastin. But mostly, friends, they use it to ask the question in the form of matching. The most difficult topics in the unit 4 is cell signaling, cancer. And once again, I can tell you with 100% confidence, you can't imagine the CSIR Net Life Sciences question paper without the question from the cancer. That much important the cancer topic is. Friends, don't leave anything. One of the most promising concept for the CSR paper, must study. Starting from, you have to read each and everything, starting from what are cancer, differences between the normal cell to the cancer cell. Whichever I am telling, you can expect the questions from that way. So what are the normal cell, what are the cancer cell, differences between the normal cell and cancer cell, what are tumor suppressor genes, what are oncogenes, what are proto oncogene, their mechanism of action, what is metastasis, what is angiogenesis, right, what is malignant tumor, what is benign tumor, what is the signaling of cancer. Every part we have to read without fail, right? And whenever it comes to the cell signaling, see, I have listed some of the pathways. Trust me, beyond this pathway you can't expect any question. Most important, GPCR every time use it to repeat often asked question. Along with that, MAP kinase, JAK-STAT, insulin pathway, hedgehog pathway, Wnt signaling, notch delta, as well as the beta catenin pathway. Friends, if you read these pathways, they are extremely easy and they are extremely sufficient. And you should also focus on different type of secondary messengers, cyclic AMP, cyclic GMP, calcium, IP3, nitric oxide. Without fail, you have to read the secondary messenger. So friends, if you concentrate on these, it's more than sufficient to answer any kind of question in the cell signaling. As I told you already, cancer, and most important, immunology. I know, friends, immunology is the most difficult topic and the syllabus is very vast. That's why, friends, please focus whichever I have mentioned here. Majorly, structure and functions of antibody, their structure, even you should also focus on the VDJ recombination, receptors for B cell, T cell, especially toll-like receptor, soluble type of receptor. Without fail, you have to read all the cells of immune system. That is B cell, T cell, natural killer cell, dendritic cell, macrophages, B lymphocyte maturation differentiation, T lymphocyte maturation differentiation, most important one, complement system, preparation of the monoclonal and polyclonal antibodies. Please try to focus on these 8 topics, my friends. I can give you the guarantee. Minimum you can expect a 2-4 marker question. So instead of reading A to Z, majorly give importance to these particular topics. By that you can easily answer more number of questions in the unit 4. Then another very important chapter, unit 5 and 6. I never encourage any one of you, whomever is the serious aspirant of the CSIR Net Life Sciences, you should not skip 5 and 6, even single topic also. Every topic of 5 and 6, you have to give equal importance. Friends, you know what is the speciality of Unit 5? The advantage is that even single question also you never get indirect. Every question will be the direct question, but the question will come from the depth of the concept. If you know the concept, you can easily answer. It was surprising to tell to all of you that, see friends, the two markers, every time the questions used to come from definition. It was so silly to say to you, but it's true. The questions used to ask from potency, induction, competence, determination, differentiation, what is autonomous specification, what is the conditional specification, what is the regulatory development. Very simple questions they used to ask in the part B. And part C, you should give equal importance to the cleavage, gastrulation, organogenesis. In the cleavage also, friends, cleavage give highest importance to the sea urchin, insects, birds, amphibian, mammals. Even same gastrulation also give importance to these four only. Apart from that, there is a specialized concept. Vulva development in the C. elegans, axis formation in the sea urchin, and vulva development in C. elegans. These two are often asked concepts for the 4 marker. You should not skip under any circumstances, and you should read all the type of cleavages. What is holoblastic cleavage? What is meroblastic cleavage? What is discoidal cleavage? What is complete cleavage? What is incomplete cleavage? Every organism you have to read the cleavage, friends. Apart from this, you should give the special emphasis on various type of genes involved in the gastrulation. Please kindly remember whatever the genes I have written here: hunchback, caudal, noggin, beta catenin, pair ruled genes, homeotic genes, maternal genes, zygotic genes. Friends, without fail, read each and every gene whichever I have mentioned here. They are extremely important for the exam. In case of plant, give highest importance to the plant ABC model in Arabidopsis thaliana. If you having the patience, I'm requesting you, you can also read the Antirrhinum. If you can't, at least give the importance to the Arabidopsis thaliana. Friends, these are all the most important topics which you have to thoroughly read. And unit 5, I told you, you have to read each and everything. Unit 6, my friends, one of the beautiful chapter. You should not skip even one topic also. I never encourage any serious CSR net aspirant to skip even a single topic also. Very, very, very important. Photosynthesis. You can't imagine the CSIR Net Life Sciences question paper without the question from photosynthesis and without the question from the secondary metabolite. Trust me, I can challenge you. Without these two, you can check any CSIR Net question paper. You can't find the question at all. That much important all these chapters are. That much important all these chapters. So understand the concept. Photosynthesis, you have to read very briefly about light reaction, dark reaction, pathways involved in the C3, C4, CAM plants, most important inhibitors of the electron transport chain. The inhibitors which are blocking the electron transport chain which is occurring on the thylakoid membrane. You should see friends, especially 2019 and 18, surprisingly they've been even asking the question from the mineral nutrition, because most of the minerals they use it to act like a cofactors for the different enzymes, in order to work different enzymes they require different minerals as a cofactors. So they are asking the name of the mineral, where it can be used, and their deficiency diseases also. Transport in plants, one of the most important topic, where you should majorly focus on the xylem transport as well as the phloem transport. Xylem transport focus on cohesion tension theory, their mechanism. Phloem transport, my friends, please focus on the Munch hypothesis. They are very, very, very important. Especially focus on what is symplastic pathway and what is apoplastic pathway. My friends, without fail, please give importance to this symplastic as well as the apoplastic pathway. Hormones, before 2015 they never used to ask the question from signaling. After 2015 December especially, they are continuously raising the question from the signaling. You should not skip any hormone signaling under any circumstances. So you have to read every hormone synthesis, their biosynthetic pathway, the precursors involved over there, most important function, mechanism of action, followed by the signaling. And most important, friends, nitrogen metabolism. Suppose by chance, if you miss the question from the nitrogen metabolism in the plant physiology, there are 100% of chances are there, my friends. You can expect the question from the ecology. Same nitrogen metabolism even you can expect from the ecology also in the biogeochemical cycle. Whenever you are reading nitrogen metabolism, read all the bacteria involved, all the genes involved in the nitrogen fixation, most important all the enzymes involved, all the factors involved, their function without fail, right? And friends, secondary metabolites, it's a kind of theory. Complete questions will be raised exclusively based on the statement. Apart from the statement, my friends, you never ever get any question at all. Every question is the statement related question only. So this is also very important. You have to read terpenes, phenols, nitrogen containing compound, their biosynthetic pathway, their examples, most important, their medicinal uses. They are very important. Then if you can expect a question from the sensory photobiology, you can expect experimental questions from the short day plans, long day plans, neutral plans, that sensory photobiology mechanism. You can expect the experimental question from sensory photobiology or are from photosynthesis. Even you can expect the experimental based question from the plant hormone also. Whenever you are reading sensory photobiology, my friends, give highest importance to the structure, function of phytochrome, cryptochrome, phototropins, their biosynthetic pathways. Most important, as I told you, the experiments related to the short day plant, long day plant in respect towards the red light and far red light, right? And human physiology, friends, you can watch any of my lectures in any chapter. I'm telling you once again, you will be really mesmerized by listening all of my lectures. Next, human physiology. I know people who are from the botany background, they feel little confused. They will they will feel little hectic also, some people. Okay, I know that, but zoology people it will be easy. Some microbiology people, biotechnology people also will feel little difficult in the animal physiology. Instead of skipping, my friends, don't skip it. Focus on most important concept. I can tell one of the most important concept here is endocrine system. You have to read all the hormones, from which gland it is secreted, what are their amino acid precursor, then followed by, my friends, their deficiency disorders. They are extremely important, my friends. I want you to focus on that without fail, right? So in the respiratory system, in the respiratory system you can expect a graphical based question, my friends. You can expect the question from hemoglobin oxygen dissociation curve, hemoglobin carbon dioxide curve, and you can also expect the question from the diseases, asthma, COPD, bronchitis, lung cancer. You can expect here experimental based question, and you can also expect the question from volumes, tidal volume, inspirator reserve volume, expirator reserve volume, lung capacity, forced expirator reserve volume, normal expirator reserve volume. This kind of questions you can expect. Most often repeated question in the CVS is ECG. They use it to repeat from the 2 marker as well as 4 marker also. What PQRS wave represents, what RST interval represents, which wave represents hyperpolarization, which wave represents ventricular repolarization. This kind of questions we use it to get. I can say among all, one of the most important topic is nervous system. In the nervous system, we use it to get most of the questions from the resting membrane potential and action potential. You can expect graphical question, or you can expect statement wise question, or you can expect experimental based question also. Along with this, my friends, read the list of neurotransmitter and functions performed by them. So I don't encourage you to skip especially these five systems. Please kindly don't skip these five systems under any circumstances. If you are reading human physiology, in the excretory system majorly focus type of solutes, ions and essential elements which are going to reabsorb in the proximal convoluted tubule, distal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle, where water is going to be reabsorbed, where maximum amount of sodium is going to reabsorbed, where maximum amount of amino acids are going to reabsorbed. This kind of questions we use it to get even in the matching also. And friends, in the digestive system, they can give a very logical applicative question. For that, you should have common knowledge also. Suppose example, a person was diagnosed with stomach cancer and part of the stomach was removed. After few years, once again, tumor was found in the pancreas. What are the suitable reasons for the reappearance of the reappearance of the tumor in the pancreas? This kind of statement and common type of questions you can expect from this. Okay, so overall, the people who are from biotechnology, microbiology, or exclusively biochemistry departments, whomever feeling difficulty in this, at least try to focus on the these 5 units without fail. Right? Yes. Unit 8. It doesn't matter what kind of discipline you are, whether it's a botany, zoology, microbiology, biotechnology, biochemistry, whatever it may be, friends. I don't encourage any one of you to skip the inheritance biology, that is genetics, one of the most important topic. You just blindly keep it in your mind, fix it in your mind. Question from the pedigree analysis compulsory will appear, either diagram based or are the statement related question. Very surely you can expect from this particular pedigree analysis. So I can say that, friends, one of the most important topics, important chapter that you have to read. So every student should have the basic knowledge on the Mendelian principle, right? Dominance, segregation, independent assignment, along with the monohybrid cross, dihybrid cross, trihybrid cross, where you can expect part B and part C. And you should also have the applicative knowledge on codominance, incomplete dominance, gene interaction, even pleiotropy. And friends, most of the time they use it to ask experimental based questions. From where? From the conjugation, transduction, genetic transfer mechanism, and sex seduction. Please kindly give great importance to this. Apart from this, of course, we know that must study topics like pedigree analysis. Very important, as I already told you in the starting only. Polygenic inheritance, QTL mapping also. And friends, from 2018 and 19, they even raising the questions from the homologous and non-homologous recombination, especially from the alterations of the chromosomes. It's a very easy. They will give one case study. They will ask what kind of alteration is going on over there. Deletion, duplication, inversion. Right? Done. That's unit 9. I can strongly say you can skip, but give importance just to two topics. Trust me, you just blindly trust me. If you give importance to these two topics, phylogenetic tree and cladogram, trust my friends, 4 to 8 marks are in your hand. Surprisingly, 2018 and 2019, they have given the question simple, very simple question which are NCRT based. If you see the paper of 2019, they just have given bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperm. They have asked their hierarchy. They have given each example for each kingdom and they just asked the hierarchy. So such a simple questions also you can expect. I know it's a very tough concept. Why we are calling tough is because information is more. You have to concentrate on five kingdom: monera, fungi, protista, animalia, plantae. All we have to read. but in every kingdom we have to read their nutrition, reproduction, different type of reproduction method, their ecological importance. That's why it's a very 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 big topic. So that's why if you have patience you can, but no problem if you can skip also. But give the importance to these two topic, my friends, they are very important. Apart from that, read this also: examples of rare species, example of endangered species, and their conservation strategies. This kind of question you can expect in the unit 10 also, but here also you have to give the importance to that particular chapter. Then ecological principle, one of the most important chapter. I told you 90% of the students which are from zoology, biotechnology, microbiology, they use it to skip it. Students, it's a wrong thing. Never ever do that. You know, the specialty chapter is very 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 small. But what is the difference? What is the difficult thing is here is information is vast, lot and lot of information to be remembered. Friends, irrespective of your branch, please give importance to this particular ecology. It will give you great weightage. It will help you to vary your rank from one person to the another person. With great experience, I am telling you, never ever skip this particular ecology chapter. So the only disadvantage what I told you, just lot of things to be remembered here. Understand? So most important topics I have listed all my friends here: habitat and niche. Every time they use it to ask the question from the gas hypothesis or our competitive exclusion principle, either part B or our part C question. And rules, these rules they use to ask continuously for the part B: Allen rule, Glocker rule, Bergman's rule. Please remember, if you get the part C question 100%, no doubt my friends, you can expect the question from the population ecology, one of the most important concept you should not miss under any circumstances. Entire population ecology, all survivorship curves, population density, mark recapture method. Nearly 4 times they asked simple question in the 4 marker mark recapture method. Type of distribution, type of dispersion, population growth curve, and numerical based questions. Population ecology you should not skip under any circumstances. And you can expect the matching questions from the different types of community interactions, that is symbiosis, emmensolism, commensalism, parasitism, competition, and predation with example. Friends, they won't ask the questions, they won't ask the example which are already present in our textbooks. Friends, please try to remember new example, whichever the species newly introduced into the environment, which are following this kind of relationship. Because all our CSIR net question paper setters, all the professors, whatever the research they are doing, so based on the new discoveries, whatever the species are newly introduced, so they can raise the questions only from that particular areas, my friends. And how much ever important this population ecology, friends, same important the Lotka Volterra model also. More than 7 to 8 times the question was appeared, the question was appeared from the graphical. Okay, either Lotka Volterra model for the predation, or are my friends Lotka Volterra model for the competition. Both read it, they are very simple, very very simple. I will explain in such a way that you can understand it very easily. Apart from that, give importance to the different type of pyramids: energy, biomass, number. They will design only one pyramid, friends, but they will raise the statement in 3 cases. They will give very logical, but if you know the concept you can easily answer that particular type of the question. And as I told you, lot of things you have to remember. As I told you, what things, these are all the things you have to remember. That is, my friends, biomagnification, eutrophication, remediation, phytoremediation, alpha diversity, beta diversity, as gases contributing acid rain, gases contributing the greenhouse effect, their percentage, their concentration, what is BOD, COD, and another very important concept you have to by heart. This is the thing where you have to use your by hearting skills. Every time we use it to get 4 marker. These concepts are not at all tough. Not at all. You are not going to get an indirect question. You are going to get direct question, but most of the students are skipping because they'll feel it's a rigid topic, hard to remember. No, if you really show little patience, if you make good charts or tables, you can easily remember. Anyway, I will be helping with you to prepare the charts, to remember all these things in a simple way. So I have so many mnemonics also, I will be sharing you in the classes. List of tiger zones, where the wild tigers are present, first tiger zone where it is located, all the national park, sanctuaries, biosphere reserves, you have to remember. Friends, apart from that, their conservation status also, like they will give, suppose example, they will give matching questions only. Suppose example, in one column they'll give tiger, lion, bustard, elephant, any four animals they will give. Friends, in other column they will ask their conservation status, which are critically endangered, which are endangered, which are vulnerable, which are threatened. This kind of questions we use to get it. So you can easily remember this. Please kindly don't skip under any circumstances. Overall, I always request all the CSIR net aspirants, never ever skip unit 10. Next, unit 11. You can, I told you now, you can choose between 7 and 11. You can choose between 7 and 11 according to your convenience, according to your specialty, specialization in your MSc or BSc. According to that, you can read it. So here also I have mentioned you the most important topics, my friends, where you have to focus mostly. Surprisingly, 17, 18, 19, they are asking the direct questions from the theories, friends. That is Lamarckism, Darwinism, what are the assumptions, what are the disadvantages, what are the differences between the Lamarckism, Darwinism. Please read that. And experiment, we may get or we may not get from the questions from these experiments, but most important. So if you take an example, 10 CSIR net question paper, 8 question papers, you will get the question from the geological time scale. Must study topic. You should not skip. They will ask which of the following era is called as golden age of dinosaur. In which of the following era fishes were appeared. In which of the following period first gymnosperms were identified. First angiosperms were identified. When the dinosaurs got extincted. Like this kind of questions they use to ask every time. I never encourage you to skip this. It's a very easy, my friends. I want every aspirant to read this without fail. Right, friends. Apart from this, we should also read. I already told you na. Unit 9 also we are reading phylogenetic tree and cladogram. Here also you will read. That will help you a lot and lot, my friends, to get the 4 marker question. Apart from phylogenetic tree and cladogram, read the molecular clock and genetic drift also. And these all the questions, this particular part, either for 2 or 4 in matching. Convergent evolution, divergent evolution, co-evolution, adaptive radiation, homologous organelles, analogous organelle, you can get with examples or particular cases. And friends, another very important topic, important for 2 marker, important for the 4 marker, that is Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. You can expect a numerical, graphical, statement-based question. Apart from the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, my friends, you should also read altruism, kin selection, reciprocal altruism. The concepts are little rigid, my friends, but if you understand that, you can easily answer the question. So overall, I can say that it depends on your specialization in MSc or BSc. You can choose, my friends, between 7 or 11. And friends, Once again, it doesn't matter what kind of discipline you are, what kind of specialization you are having. Unit 12 and 13, under any circumstances, my friends, you should not skip. Okay, I will combine unit 12 and 13. I will be telling you the topics that you have to study. All the techniques, friends. Statistical technique like t-test, ANOVA, chi-square test. Without fail, we can expect very direct question. Sometimes surprisingly, they have given in the 2018 t-test, ANOVA, chi-square. They just have given in the one column and just asked us explain application, direct question. Electrophysiological method, especially concentrate on ECG, MRI, enough. Microscopic technique, friends, read every microscopic technique. You won't get any experimental, you'll get theory based question. Different type of the microscopic techniques. Histochemical techniques, they are very very important. ELISA, RIA, Western blot, fish and gish. Read this five technique. Technique, principle, application. Technique, principle, application. No need to read anything extra. You should have thorough knowledge on RFLP, restriction fragment length polymorphism, RAFPD, and AFLP. All three techniques you have to read. And biophysical techniques, remember, only read this five: UV, CD, NMR, ESR, XRI. Just to read this five: UV, CD. CD they use it to ask repeatedly, my friends. UV, CD, NMR, ESR, X-ray. Read all these very briefly. And unit 13, they have given unit 13a as recombinant DNA technology. 100%, 100% you will get one 4 marker question from the unit 13. I mean to say rDNA technology. Hence I don't encourage you to skip rDNA technology in the unit 13. Just give entire, read entire rDNA technology. Plasmid, Casmid, Phasmid, BAC, ACK, genomic library, cDNA library, their mechanisms, and plasmid size, cosmid side, phasmid side, numerical based questions. You have to read all together, my friends. Okay, so friends, this is the summary of all the 13 chapters that you have to read for your upcoming CSIR Life Sciences exam. So friends, and very soon I will be launching a class where I'm going to explain what questions has to be attempted, what question not to be attempted for the CSIR Net Life Sciences November 2020. At the same time, from every chapter I will be launching the wonderful YouTube sessions with a great quality of content for each and every chapter very soon. Okay, friends. And as I already told you, I'm going to take care of utmost care of each and every student who is enrolled with us. Right. So we are going to start a new batch from the December 15th. Okay, whomever is interested, please try to enroll as early as possible in the Tree for Learning. Okay, I will be sharing the link also in the comment box. You can visit the website and you can ask me any doubts anytime through the WhatsApp number, or you can find our numbers in the website. I will be always there to help you. We will be help you until and unless you reach your desired goal. Thank you all of you friends. See you soon in another wonderful class. Thank you very much.